Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of The Final Countdown. Ba-da-bow-bow. Ba-da-bow-bow-bow. There we go. So, as always, if you haven't
And
seen
there
the
goes our copyright strike.
show... Anyway, if you haven't seen us before, this is a show where we count down the top 5 of whatever I feel like counting down that month. Today we're going to count down the top 5 Disney park attractions that we would like to see turned into movies.
Indeed.
Indeed. So, also, I don't know if this is being picked up for you watching at home, but there is a minor echo. I apologize.
There is a minor echo, yes.
At any rate, we're going to go ahead and count these down. Joining me over there, as you can see, we have Marcus Shadow.
Hi. I apologize for any windy sounds you may hear. I have fans going because it's the middle of the day over here in Seattle, Washington. And it's hot.
And Chris the Mole.
No.
Yeah, what's happened? I think we swapped weather, because all of a sudden it's like, you're hot and it's pouring torrential rain here.
Well, it's supposed to rain on Tuesday, so it's moving its way west.
Okay. But like next to London, you guys are like the city famous for rain.
Is
Aren't you?
it still echoey?
No.
Just barely. It's okay.
That's
Okay, I think I know the reason. For some reason, Google's so sensitive that if my ears turned up loud enough, I can actually hear you guys. It actually starts to be echoey
Weird.
because it's going through my It's going through my speaker.
Huh.
Or my headset on this shitty headset. I recommend no one buys.
Unless you're like Bowen, you can get 8 of them for like $1.
Even if you can get 8 of them for $1, that's $1 you could have spent elsewhere.
Fair enough.
But
Well,
yeah,
don't-
us getting a lot of rain, we're famous for it, but it's a common misnomer. There's actually a lot of cities in the country that get a lot more rain than we ever did.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, more important things to do. Let's count things down.
Indeed.
So, per the usual, I will go last so I can wrap things up at the end. So I'm just going to go left to right. So, Mo, why don't you start us off with number 5?
Number 5. That is the House of Blues.
Nice.
Okay.
That's House of Blues. I figured with that it would be a typical story about how, oh look, we got this little restaurant and it plays blues music, but no, the big corporation type's trying to steal our land. Pretty much like most movies to do with restaurants or theaters, High Muppets, and stuff like that. And it would just be a big story of them trying to overcome it and make basically the House of Blues become world famous and make everyone suddenly like blues again.
Cool.
So that's my number 5.
Nice.
Because blues music is something you don't really hear as often on TV nowadays, and I think Disney should do more of it because it's a cool era and it's a cool music.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Okay, Marcus Shadow, how about your number 5?
Indeed. My number 5.
And I guess that, Marcus, you have surprisingly clear video for being on Minicam.
I am on Windows 10 now.
Ah.
But given what Chris the Mole is wearing, I will say this. Woo!
Yeah, that is an awesome shirt, by the way.
It is. But yes, my number 5 is Space Mountain.
The world show.
Indeed. But yes, my number 5 is Space Mountain. And come on, you're telling me you can't make a movie out of that? Sci-fi, Disney sci-fi right there. I was seeing pictures of like what was inside Space Mountain. I'm looking at it and I'm like, how the fuck has this not become a movie yet? It looks amazing in there. I'm like, dude, yes.
There you go.
They could like totally like set it in the future and make it. Well, they could make it completely sci-fi and maybe even put it space, like have like something in there allows them to go into space. Something, hence why they call it Space Mountain. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. Makes sense. Cool.
Ding.
All right. Moving over to me and my incredibly grainy footage. I apologize. Um, moving over to my number 5,
Uh-huh.
which was a slight spoiler. They saw it before we started the video, and that's Soarin'.
Okay.
Some of you might not be aware what this attraction is. This is at both the Florida and California Disney parks. And effectively, it's a ride in which you are in a raised a harness structure. And basically, you basically feel like you're hang gliding through famous locales. As if you are soaring.
Yeah, from what I've seen,
Hence
it's
the name.
basically the Superman ride from Six Flags.
Kind of, except it's stationary and the footage on the screen is what's making you feel like you're moving.
Yeah, that one, you're lying down there. It was and going.
Yeah, because Superman 1, you're flying like Superman, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but how it's done, it gives the illusion that you're flying, even though you're strapped in, hoping to God it doesn't break.
And hoping if it does, the real Superman is there to catch you.
And the Batmobile nearby. I'm hoping at least let Batman catch me.
Yeah, one of the
There
two.
you go.
But yeah, Soarin', I never got a chance to go on it any of the times I was in Disney World, but it's a great attraction for everything I've heard described. And I think you could turn that into an around-the-world race-type movie. Because they have of the videos, the surround video and Soarin', they've used a whole lot of different famous locales. And over time, and I feel like you could turn that into the first thought that came to my mind when I was thinking of a Soarin' movie was the Jackie Chan Around the World in 80 Days movie that Disney made. If anybody remembers that movie. But basically it'd be kind of like, okay, there's some kind of one of those, cheesy family movies. Oh, there's a hang gliding race around the world in different places. We're going to, maybe not necessarily if you're going to hang glide, in one shot, maybe you're going to different places, hang glide a part of it, go to another place. And, the team of good people is trying to win the race. There's a team of jerks trying to sabotage them. And, who's going to win the race and get money for some kind of a cheesy cause, like to, fix a youth center or something.
So basically, it's wacky races in the sky.
Kind of, yeah, only with less cartoony violence.
It's Disney. They could get away with cartoony violence.
Some.
But yes. That does sound cool.
I know that'd be neat. Soarin'. If you get a chance to go on that when you're down there, Mo, let me know how that is.
Well,
Okay. Speaking of Mo, let's go back over to him for number 4.
hey, in case people wonder, I keep touching my phone. It keeps going to screensaver.
Oh, I know that happens.
Yeah, I've never been able to turn it off, but just so I can make sure I got the correct name there. That's my number 4.
Ah, yes. Magic of Disney animation.
My number 4, yes. The magic of Disney animation. Because the way I see that being the film is I see it being like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, where they're going around the tour with the factory of how Disney makes this stuff, mixed with Roger Rabbit, where it turns out the tunes are real, and once you draw them, they come alive. You can do like the nasty spoiled kid who draws like a stupid evil character, and just shit running loose in a factory that creates cartoons. It'd be really fucking fun. So that's my number 4.
Nice. Marcus, number 4.
All right, my number 4. The Enchanted Tiki Room. I see this kind of maybe merging.
Okay, hang on. Hang on. This is very important. Which version?
I don't know. That's an image of the one from Disney World.
Okay, because over time in the various parks there have been a minimum of 4 different versions of the Tiki Room. There's the original.
Mm-hmm.
There's the one where they converted it into the Tiki Room under new management, where they threw Zazu and Diago in there. There's the one that's currently at the Tokyo Disney World, where it's the Enchanted Tiki Room, Stitches Aloha Ikomomai, and there's the one that it was previously out there. I can't remember what that was called.
I
assume it'd be one that encompasses all of it.
Yeah, I think this
Fair
is
enough.
straight up Tiki Room. I just put in Disney World Tiki Room. But I was thinking, because I didn't know that they had Stitch and Zazu and Diago and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was thinking more on the lines of it'd be kind of like Halloween Town meets the Power Rangers, where you have a bunch of kids stumble upon this enchanted tiki room.
Okay.
I don't know. I thought it'd be kind of a cool little kids action movie.
Okay. It's not bad.
You know, it's like oh, I'm this tiki god or whatever, and I need to give you abilities to, I don't know, save the world. I don't know. I just the locale. I'm looking at it. I'm like, you could do so much with it. Bring in like maybe make it a voodoo movie. I don't know, voodoo magic or something.
That might be slightly offensive, but sure, why not?
Oh, what kind of magic would you expect to find if you walk into an enchanted tiki room?
I'd expect the Tiki Room to be exactly like Cheers, but run by Disney characters.
Yep.
With Ham reprising his role.
Yes!
That could work too if you wanted to go that route.
Ham!
I was thinking of making it literally enchanted, but that works too.
That could be interesting.
Like I said, see, there's so many options you have with just the locale. A lot of these attractions I chose just because of how they look, and I'm like, dude, come on.
Yeah. Fair enough. Moving along. Over to me.
What are you?
My number 4. Let me bring it up here. Discovery Island. Aha. So, basically, if you've been watching our radio play Disney Heroes, you've heard about Discovery Island.
Oh,
You might know it.
Discovery Island.
You might know a thing or two. Effectively, this version of Discovery Island, which I know is really hard to read on that crappy grainy map, and I apologize, is the best thing I can find. But effectively, there are 2 Discovery Islands. I'm not talking about the center island of the current Animal Kingdom, where the Tree of Life is located. This is the original one, which if you look at a Walt Disney map, you'll find to the east of the Magic Kingdom. And you will basically realize it's. You'll find out if you research. It's an abandoned island. It was once a large attraction that was not unlike the Tiki Room with a lot of island culture and things on it. But after about between 5 and 10 years of use, it was abandoned, and it sits there abandoned to this day, overgrown, leftover attractions. People have tried to sneak over there and do stuff, to explore it and things like that. And I think it'd be interesting if you built it like there's this mysterious island, and so people end up finding this island, and they try to explore it, and it turns into kind of like a national treasure, Da Vinci Code type deal. They start following clues, trying to find out what this island was, who was here, what's it all about, so on and so forth.
Nice.
So that's mine. Over to Mo.
Number 3. Just make sure it doesn't go to screensaver while I'm doing this. There we go. Wild Africa Trek. Boom, boom, boom. Because that seems pretty cool, and the way I had it down is I figured, tell me this doesn't sound like a Disney film. A plane, a group of random strangers, lightly crashes over the course of Africa. A group of strangers end up bonding while they walk through fictional place, a fictional East African village of Hamombe, as I believe it was called, and they get to see all the wildlife, starring The Rock, with kids, a love interest, and a comic relief. Think Journey 2 type film, or Africa. It sounds like a Disney film. That sounds way too much like a Disney film for it not to already be one.
It really does. It really does.
I agree.
And over the course of the lesson, he'll learn the real animal in the jungle was himself, and so he changes.
Ah.
It'd be weird to have a film where kids learn to just shut the fuck up. No, the adults need to learn, wait a minute, I'm always wrong.
Yeah. Nice.
Over to Marcus for his number 3. That's
Indeed.
3.
All right, my number 3, and I'm pretty sure neither of you saw this one coming. It's
What kind of an asshole would say they saw it coming?
That is Hall of Presidents. Did we lose Jim?
I'm assuming he's been called for food. That's why he's put up the final countdown logo and left the room.
Fair enough. But yes, I went with the Hall of Presidents because I just got in my mind this
Tiny
idea.
ass picture.
It is a tiny. I got a picture of the entire hall, or at least most of it. There's a lot of presidents.
But all we see is like dots. It could be anything.
Fair enough.
See, pull up your camera and you'll see it how we see it. I don't know what that is.
Oh, this Jim has left. Let me get a better picture.
On my end,
here.
the picture's that big.
All right, give me 1 second here. Put this into Final Countdown Images. Okay. Let's see if this one's any better. H here. Is that better?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
So, bigger.
Yeah, it's more zoomed in. It's not all the presidents,
Yeah.
but you get an idea. I think the attraction is kind of a cool concept because it teaches the kids about all the presidents of the United States. And I don't know, just when I saw it, this was the first one I had put on my list, and I just immediately thought, Night at the Museum meets the Avengers, where it's literally these wax figures of the presidents come to life at night, and they have to defend, I don't know, Disney World, or I don't know, I guess you can set it in Disney World, or you can make it global or something. I was thinking the Hall of Presidents itself would basically be their base of operations.
Nice.
And then, and if you're going to go with these are wax statue things that are imbued with the spirits of the presidents, whatever, and they come to life, you could have, because it's a Disney movie, some young kids or family or whatever discovers them at night and they have to work with them to defend whatever it is they're defending. But I just thought that'd be kind of cool because then you could, have the different presidents team up, and you could, if you go with the more contemporary ones that are still alive, you could actually have them star in the movie. Like you could have Barack Obama play himself. You could have George Bush play himself. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Yep.
That sounds pretty
Jim.
cool. I like that.
Welcome back. Welcome back, Jim.
Welcome back. So, yeah, I thought that was a pretty unique idea, and I'm like, I could totally see Disney making this. It would be amazing.
It would be.
That could be good.
And Hollywood has shown before that you can find that, or that there are actors that can portray the presidents that are no longer with us to actually look like them. I mean, may he rest in peace, Robin Williams portraying Roosevelt. It works.
What a great example of an actor currently alive to play a president. Yeah, you just realize what you did. Yeah, there's loads of actors alive today who can play the president no longer with us, like Robin Williams, who's
I'm just saying,
died.
in Hollywood, there are actors who could portray presidents who are no longer with us. Robin Williams is an example of an actor who was in Hollywood who did portray a president.
Yeah, was, but not is. You said there were actors in Hollywood. He's not in Hollywood anymore. He's in heaven now.
You get what I'm trying to say, though.
Not if you believe the Bible, because he committed suicide.
Oh.
I'm just talking about the Bible. I'm respecting people's beliefs.
Okay, then.
I mean, that you could get, Daryl Hammond to play someone. Like, you could get him to come out and play, I don't know. Who would he play?
Yeah, Liam Neeson as Abraham Lincoln was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that could work, too.
Or Daniel Day-Lewis as Abraham Lincoln was pretty cool.
See, I liked when they showed, Liam Neeson as Abraham Lincoln, but when he couldn't do it.
Yeah, he was a perfect actor to cast for Abraham Lincoln. He's tall, he's skinny, he's got the right build, he's perfect.
You have the right face.
Imagine, if you will, Mole, if they took this concept and they asked Joss Whedon to write it.
I don't think that would work.
It could be good. I don't think it'd do well overseas, but it could be good.
No. No, it wouldn't. It'd do the best over here just because of what it is, but I think it'd be a fun movie.
Enough for to Jim.
Indeed. I'm aware. All right. So my number 3. 3. I give you the mighty Matterhorn.
He is the mighty Thor Matterhorn.
Yes. The Matterhorn is, of course, a mountain attraction. You can find it at the California Disneyland Park. Only they haven't put that one in Florida yet. But effectively, it is a mountain attraction. There is a ski lift type ride that you can ride through the mountain. You can see animatronic Yetis, and there's snow and all kinds of stuff like that there. It's a fun little attraction. Fun fact, the original, this has obviously been improved many times over the years, but the original Matterhorn Mountain was actually made out of the dirt that was dug up when they built the moat around Cinderella Castle. Fact.
Nice.
Sorry, Sleeping Beauty Castle. Sorry, Cinderella Castle's in Florida. Wrong one.
You're not supposed to say fact if an actual fact.
Oh.
You're ruining it.
I am ruining it. Mm-hmm.
I can't believe they actually have finally had a mountain-themed ride at Disney. About time.
I know. But the Matterhorn is a lot of fun, from what I've seen, and there's a funny story I read where basically the Matterhorn is actually a real mountain over in Europe, if you don't know, between Italy and what's the other country? Switzerland. That's it. In that just over that general area. Those countries near each other? I don't know. Anyway, it's Italy and another country. I don't remember the other country, but it's over there. And Walt Disney actually was one of Disney's live-action movies that nobody remembers was being filmed over there. Walt Disney actually saw the mountain, and they've been trying to figure out what they were going to do with this pile of. They had made this kind of mountain thing, and they had an idea for a mountain attraction, but they were trying to figure out a focus for it, and Walt Disney saw that, and he sent a postcard to the head architect. His name was Victor, and rumor has it the postcard just said, "Vic, build this, Walt." Which, funny little story. But anyway, I figured you could take the Matterhorn and you could turn it into a mountain climbing movie, as one might expect. You know, group of explorers, they're going to scale the peak like an Everest-type movie. But, you know, throw it supernatural, like, oh, we're going to scale this mountain, but be careful because there's rumors that there's Yetis on the mountain, and ooh, who knows what's going to happen. So they're scaling the mountain. Maybe they got to fight off a Yeti or something. You know, that'd be cool. A mountain climbing action movie.
Nice.
Indeed. Not that that'd be neat.
More on that later.
Fair enough. So I guess we're going to go to roll for number 2 then.
Number 2. Assuming I thought it was going to happen, it shrank itself back down right as it turned it round.
Oh.
Ta-da!
Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom.
Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom. It's an attraction at Disney World, which, long story short, it basically what it's about is Hades brings back to life people like Scar and all that for the sole purpose of taking over. So a load of the new heroes, played by obviously us, because we ourselves are the new hero, get help from various heroes from Disney to try and stop it. I was like, this seems so much like a made-for-DVD crossover event movie of like Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom now on DVD, featuring Hades, voiced by someone else, Scar, voiced by someone else.
Yeah. Actually, to Disney's, yeah, it would be. Although to Disney's credit, even in crappy direct-to-DVD films like that, James Woods would come back. He loves the character that much. I mean, he should.
Once upon a time.
Touche, but he did show up for the all of 10 minutes that he was in that frickin' House of Mouse, and then the frickin' House of Villains episode.
True, but he also wasn't in the other House of Mouse episodes where they've had villains.
Fair enough.
House of Mouse is weird, but no, I just thought it was a cool crossover event, and I was like, something like that for a direct-to-DVD would work, and I did ask Jim before we did this whether or not that would count, because technically it wasn't a film beforehand, and it's just like a giant new thing made of elements of loads of existing movies, and he was like, yeah, that could work.
Yeah, I like the concept, so I let it slide.
Because it's not like it's a Hercules movie, it's a Disney all-encompassing movie, which, as Jim mentioned, that they've done that with House of Villains and stuff.
Yeah, and you're using Hades as a plot device, if anything. So
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Marcus, how about your number 2?
My number 2, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. I would just call it Big Thunder Mountain. And I'm thinking Jurassic Park meets Journey. And I got the idea based off this image specifically, which is why I have it. Because you'll notice the big ass dinosaur skeleton on the wall behind the railroad tracks there.
Yes.
I'm thinking the locale, of course, would be Big Thunder Mountain itself, and you could set this maybe a little bit in the past, but some organization is making a railroad. You can make it like the B&O or whatever, but they're making a railroad through the mountain, and all of a sudden, like, calamity strikes, and people are like, the hell's going on? And they start getting these reports of dinosaurs and other things like fucking with the railroad, and so a team is dispatched to go take a look at it, and those would be your main protagonists. And they have to traverse the railroad and go through the Big Thunder Mountain to figure out what the hell's going on.
Interesting.
I think it'd be fun.
It sounds like fun. I'd see it.
That could be fun.
Yeah. Nice. Back over to me.
Back over to you.
All right, my number 2, and this is going to sound a lot like a ripoff, but I swear, okay, kind of is. But my number 2 is going to be, if I can find the logo, the Carousel of Progress.
Mm.
That is kind of low and no one can see it. Hang on. There we go. That's a lot better.
Would that be a sequel to Tomorrowland?
It could be. The Carousel of Progress was heavily involved in the or not heavily involved, but it was a plot device in the Tomorrowland movie. But I was thinking more along the lines of, maybe there's a carousel. Maybe if somebody finds it in an abandoned amusement park. As if kids start finding this abandoned carousel and be like, oh, it's fun. They start playing around with it and whatnot. They find out it works and they ride it. But it turns out the carousel allows people to time travel. And the kids, this is fun. We go see stuff in the past, yada, yada, but they don't realize what they're doing. And inevitably, they cause problems in the past that affect the future, and they've got to go and save the future by correcting the problems as they, in a lot of different time zones, where they suddenly see changes in things and technology. The actual Carousel of Progress, if anybody doesn't know, is effectively you as you sit inside, it spins around and you see different eras of time, and there's people, animatronic people that talk about the inventions and things at the time and how there's been so much advancement over the, throughout the, last 50 years since the attraction was made. The Carousel of Progress,
at one point where we see them build, obviously, the mailbox for Neo.
Yes. Why not?
Thank you.
But it's one of the original attractions. Actually, originally in California, moved to Florida, debuting at the World's Fair back. Originally when Disneyland first opened, before Disneyland first opened in the 40s. So, kind of a big deal. But yeah, Carousel of Progress. I think it could be fun where you could tie that in. I took inspiration for both the Carousel of Progress being hiding secrets in Tomorrowland, and the fact that there is it's not that specific carousel, but there is a carousel that is actually used for time travel in Kingdom Keepers. We're going to get there. Stay tuned for my review of the most recent Kingdom Keepers books.
Yeah.
No, that was my inspiration for that. Back over to Mole for number 1.
Number 1.
My number 1 had been mentioned, but of course we had to do this one. Wait for it to clear. Yeah, it's not going to clear. Who gives a shit?
Well,
Ta-da! That is, of course, Space Mountain.
nice.
Woo!
Just because I figured with Space Mountain, I was like, that lend itself well to a film, and we don't need to keep doing the woo. But the reason it lend itself well to a film is with the space travel and stuff like that. It would basically, you could do anything. Like, you could do like a family winning a trip to space and stuff goes wrong, and it's like gravity for kids. There's so many aspects to do with it, and space was always fun that I'd like to see a Space Mountain film.
Yeah, I'd say that'd be a cool movie.
Indeed.
Marcus, you're number
My
one.
number 5.
My number one has also already been mentioned.
No, it's your number 5. I think you did something out of order there, Mole.
Yeah, that's my number 1.
Okay. Marcus, number 1.
Yes, my number one has already been mentioned as well. And I'm going with the Matterhorn.
Nice. That Yeti is scarier than I thought he was.
That's the revamped new Yeti.
Nice.
The original Yeti is still in there. It's at the entrance to the Matterhorn.
Yeah, I think there's 4 Yetis in total in that thing, if what I read was correct.
But when I saw what the Matterhorn looked like, then I saw this. I'm like, how has this not been made a movie? This practically writes itself. I'm thinking Scooby-Doo meets The Thing in terms of tone. Where basically...
I don't think that works. Those two things had very, very different tones.
Well, I'm thinking it'd be more... because I would kind of want it to be basically it'd be an adventure horror, but it wouldn't be horror. Hence why I said Scooby Doo. But
So you mean like a family horror film?
Kind of, yeah. I'd want it to be scary, but it wouldn't be too scary because it's basically reports of some sort of attacks have happened up on the Matterhorn. And people kind of don't know what's going on, but there's rumor that there is, in fact, a Yeti up there. And so
Are you thinking I'm thinking the tone? Assuming Jim is still there.
What are you thinking for tone?
Goosebumps, the movie.
That could work.
Abominable Snowman in Pasadena? Yeah, that works.
I'm thinking then like a team
I meant the tone, not specific person who was in the film.
Oh, okay.
That could work. I'm thinking like a team is brought together of various people, like experienced mountain climber, maybe, military guy, because hey, if it's a Yeti, you're going to need someone who can fight, stuff like that. And they're dispatched to check out the mountain and find out what's going on and see if the rumors of this Yeti are true. So it's kind of like the Scooby-Doo game, Mr. Inc. being brought in to see if this threat is real or if it's some dude in a mask. I think it could be a fun movie, and it could be scary.
That could be good.
So that is my number one.
Alrighty.
Jim's.
Now mine.
Ooh, back to the host. Take us home.
My number 1. Which, to maintain the pattern here, has also been previously mentioned. Minicam.
It's the swords, isn't it?
No.
I'm kidding because I know exactly what it is.
Yep. And my number 1, because it is my favorite attraction when I go to Disney that I like to go see. And it's short, it's fun. It's the Enchanted Tiki Room. Which is why I knew so much about the incarnations, if you're wondering, Marcus.
Fair enough.
Also, because you've read the Wikipedia page.
That too. And also because I've been to 2 of those incarnations. But,
Then how do you know about the ones you haven't been to?
well, I've never been to Tokyo. I read about the Tokyo ones. Those are the other 2. Wouldn't mind going to that. I like Stitch, but... Anyway, this is the Enchanted Tiki Room, the original, or rather the revamped version of the original that is the current, I should say, after they realized that the Enchanted Tiki Room under new management was so bad that the attraction tried to burn the building down.
Okay then.
Yeah, that's not a joke. The Iago figure caught fire in the attic and almost burned the building down, and that was the point where they shut that down and brought back the original.
To be fair, that under management concept sounds like something I could see working. But I understand if it didn't, if that makes sense. Like, on paper, it sounds great.
Yeah, admittedly, I like the concept, because the concept of that version was basically you go into the attraction, and the birds act like they're going to start the show as normal, but they get interrupted, because when you're outside, there's a little pre-show where you see the lawyers of the 2 new owners arguing with each other, and one's real sloppy and like a jerk, and the other one's real neat and pristine, setting up for Iago and Zazu. And you get inside, and basically the birds go to start the attraction as normal, and then Iago pops out like, no, I own the place now, we're going to do things differently, and he sings a revamped version of his song from Return of Jafar called I'm Looking Out for Me. And then Zazu comes in, and they go back and forth, and they argue, and they piss off a Tiki God, and the Tiki God shoots Yago into a wall and sets him on fire, which is the part, the part that caught fire and almost burned the building down.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a good thing.
It wasn't.
On paper, it sounds good, but
yeah, it wasn't very good in practice.
was completely shit, including its songs. And it's like, no, that's not how they should have gone. But I could see it being like an odd couple thing. Yeah,
that's the idea. It was supposed to be an odd couple that, Yago's this loudmouth, sloppy jerk, and Zazu's this, the Felix Unger type, prim, prissy, whatever.
It could have worked.
He's Alfred the Butler.
Idea for film.
Yeah. But either way, my idea for the film was to, where is it? There we go. Well, the idea was basically, a little bit like Marcus's, but not totally, was the idea that there'll be some vacationers who, at a Polynesian locale, stumble across a witch doctor's hut, and they accidentally, through playing around with the stuff in there, trigger an ancient curse. And the curse is going to do insert family-friendly bad stuff here.
Time out.
Yep.
I would just like to point out to our viewers, when Marcus mentioned witch doctors and voodoo, Jim couldn't wait to point out how racist it was. Sorry, back to your idea.
I didn't say voodoo. I said voodoo was racist. The witch doctor is totally legit as part of Polynesian culture, because there is stuff about getting pissed off tiki gods and a curse involved.
But witch doctors and curses aren't real. Tying them to witch doctors implies voodooism.
All right. At any rate, the idea that they set off, okay, fine. They piss off a tiki god, and the tiki god's going to potentially do insert bad stuff here for a family-friendly movie, and they have to figure out how to stop it before it destroys the world, and via the ancient. What's that?
Is that you said via and I said satellite.
Yes. Which is convenient because my intent was to have the rock star in the movie.
If you smell what Olmec is cooking.
Basically,
Asiago?
Yeah, basically, yes. And they had to stop the curse. I figured maybe the magic brings lets a couple of birds the ability to talk like the attraction, so they can try to help along the journey. I thought that'd be cool to work in the bird thing. Which the Enchanted Room would be a great movie in my opinion. And if you're in Walt Disneyland or Walt Disney World, go to the Enchanted Tiki Room. It's a short little 10-minute thing, but it's a lot of fun. And you can get a limited edition Dole Banana frozen treat afterward, only available at the two parks.
Mm.
So yeah.
See that to me, because you guys get on ideas for Tiki Room, I would say if I did a Tiki Room, I'd like it to be like a kid's version of My Dinner with Andre.
I don't know that.
Classic film about two people who hadn't spoken for a while getting together at like a restaurant type thing and talking about various stuff, and it's just like it's a really good, well done drama. So it'd be like two kids who'd been separated once they went to different schools and one moved, finally reuniting and seeing what they had in common. Yeah.
It'd be interesting.
It'd be fun.
It'd be fun. Okay.
Which, mine lacks the enchantment of the Tiki Room.
Yeah, but hey. In the Tiki.
Oh my God! You know what Mole just made me think of when he said that?
What?
If you combine that with you wanted to be an enchanted Tiki Room, a complete revamp of the Parent Trap.
That'd be interesting.
Where it's the enchanted Tiki Room that ends up bringing them together.
That'd be different.
Yeah.
So, at any rate, that has been our top five. Top five Disney attractions we want to see made into movies as part of the Summer of Disney here on Best of the Mind. Thank you two for joining me.
Sponsored by Cheerios.
So we will see you next time on the Final Countdown. Mole, would you like to tell the crowd what next month's Final Countdown topic is, since you came up with it?
I would like you to say it.
Okay, well, stay tuned coming up for a review of Star Trek Beyond with Marcus and I. And as part of that, for both that and, of course, to lament the passing of Anton Yelchin and to, keep his memory alive, we're going to be doing a Star Trek list next month.
Without me.
Without Mole. Mole will not be there. That will be Marcus and I.
Like I said to you, I said we should do that, but I'd like a few months' notice first so I could actually go back and rewatch everything.
Oh. Because you like Kieran said we should have done it this month when the movie came out.
And then I said, but we don't actually watch it, and we'd actually want to go back and rewatch stuff to make the lists accurate.
All right, then we'll hold that one for the next time the Star Trek movie comes out. We won't do that. We'll come up with a new topic. We'll let you know what it is, folks. And until then, thank you guys for joining me. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Peace.